Can AI really boost developer productivity by 26%? I found this number in a research done by Microsoft and Accenture. Exactly the companies that sells AI code assistants like GitHub Copilot, and that the other one sells the service to implement AI code assistants. There's a catch when it comes to those numbers, and it's a big one. You probably have been hearing the hype about AI tools like those. I went down the rabbit hole from there. I wanted to know the impact of using those AI code assistants as part of the software development process. I'm going to share my finding in these videos so you can make decision what is the best for yourself and your team to interact with these AI code assistants by the end of this video. Hey, I'm Jean, a journalist who worked as a product lead in software for 10 years. It becomes harder and harder to tell hype from reality. It always takes days, even weeks for me to do my research. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to look at only data from research papers instead of anything else from news outlets or social media. But don't worry, it will be simple. You would thought you just watched a TV drama by the end of this video. Here's a high-level concept to set the stage, so you will get the idea even if you've never been a software developer. Let's say you're responsible in building a luxury hotel. So when most people think of coding, they think of someone typing code in front of a computer. This is somewhat an equivalent as stacking bricks or lining up pipes in your hotel project. But there's so much more to building a hotel. You want someone who has the ability to put the pipes together in the right way, making sure that clean water comes out from kitchen tap and that waste goes to sewage. You wouldn't want waste from your hotel kitchen tap, do you? So when building without proper design on plumbing, electricity, or even a foundation design, it will all fall apart. So you will have to consider things like architecture, security, or scalability. Well, so now you have an idea of what a software project could be like. Let's go back and dig into that Microsoft and Accenture study. It said here on the paper, our analysis reveals a 26.08% increase in the number of completed tasks among developers using AI tools. When they say completed tasks, they meant small fragmented tasks, which is not really a progress indication in software. Most improvement actually comes from junior developers using Copilot. As you can see in this graph, they showed a 40% of increase in pull request compared to only a 7% increase among senior engineers. And of course, not to mention that the very high error rate in this paper. Well, but because most junior developers are more like brick workers, they're told to put bricks at a specific location without even thinking beyond this point. Sorry, juniors. This is saying the AI tools help the bricks workers stack the bricks 26% faster. Well, to be fair, we shouldn't underestimate this improvement just because the error rate and it's only stacking bricks. This can be a significant one if no other caveat. And that brings us to the caveat. Another paper titled, "Do Users Write More Insecure Code with AI Assistants?" What they found were developers using AI assistants wrote insecure code in 67% of tasks, which is 20% higher than a group that did not use AI. There's also another interesting finding that AI users are also overconfident with the code they created. There are more like 70% plus of AI users believe their code was secure, even when it contains vulnerabilities. This finding actually coincides with the other one called Simple Stupid Books in AI-Generated Code. They found 50% plus of the code completions were incorrect, whereas only 13% of the completion were correct and usable. The type of issues in AI-generated code, just for your reference, could be AI didn't really suggest what you asked for, but generated something else, or could be misplaced syntax, like false calculation, like it happens all the time, or incorrect usage of libraries or APIs. There are also some hard to spot errors, like AI generated bugs could always seem so natural, so correct. It's just like from time to time when you speak with ChatGPT, even it doesn't really know the answer, it just made up one. In the end of these papers, they all suggest that it would take 2 times as more time just to correct the code generated by AI, as opposed to if you just wrote it yourself in the first place. These studies also got me thinking, why these bugs or security loophole happen in the first place? Yes, AI is still not matured and it's a prediction model. There's only things like stacking on, AI doesn't have logic and so on. There are also, I think, some reasons are from ourselves, because AI often gives that very confident tone and it never signals uncertainty. So a lot of developers, when they saw an answer from AI, they just implemented right away without double check. There are also findings said that developers more confidence with AI generated code, and because sometimes they want to optimize for speed, they don't really refine the prompt they use when they work with AI. All these reasons leads to the autopilot mode, where the suggested code by AI will just blindly accept it. There are limitations to these studies. For example, they only look at specific tasks instead of the success of a full end-to-end project, or some of them only done in a laboratory setting instead of in real world. So take a grain of salt when look at the number. But hang on, to make sure my investigation is more complete, I actually spoke with some CTOs and professors to get their view on this topic. So if you are a leader or at the management level of a company, what is the best way for your company to use AI code assistant? So AI for those developers who has more experience, it could serve as an assistant to help them complete those repetitive tasks much faster, while the experienced developers has the time to focus on higher level design. Just like the examples we talked about in a hotel, when you're delivering a hotel project, you need architects to make sure the wastewater goes to sewage and the clean water comes to kitchen tap. The CTO suggests the junior ones should use AI as more like a personal tutor, help them bridge the gap between what they have learned and what's actually needed on the market, instead of using AI to help them churn through tasks. I also want to highlight this message exchange between myself and Professor Musovs about whether it's a commercial-facing study. This is what he said in the message. Had it looked as if Copilot was bad for productivity, we would have certainly have published those results. You will also find the video links in the description of my interviews with other professors. By this point, you probably recognize now while AI tools can help developers in different ways, the reality is that they're still best used as an assistant, just like how you use ChatGPT or Claude. It's not yet a replacement, so try not to get hyped up by those videos that you saw on the internet. Of course, aside from mine. It's clear that the accumulated experience in seeing how things unfold in software development is still a super valuable skill. In the end, if you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure that you like and subscribe and share with anyone who's curious about AI. My husband and I have been joking about this moment for so long. Well, if you want to dive deeper, check out the links to the full article I've written up about this topic, and of course, the links to all those studies I referenced. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.